Welcome everybody back to the channel. I'm thrilled about today's episode. We're coming to you from Roscoe and I are in Brisbane, Australia, and our special guest is in Portugal, Andre Sousa. Welcome, Andre.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
You're very welcome, mate. Listen, before we get stuck into this, if for our audience, if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. That's really important because the algorithms in the back of YouTube help other adventure riders find our channel. So please do that. If you're watching on a podcast, listening on a podcast, just hit follow so you don't miss any of our episodes. Andre, mate, it's been a while. When were you here with us in Australia?
Let me see. I think it was 2022, 4 years
Did this?
ago.
Yeah, wow. Time goes fast. But for our audience, let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
Can you give us a bit of an overview? Well, let me start. You set a world record, right? Now tell us about that world record.
Let's start. As you know now, my name is André Sousa. I'm from Portugal, and I was the first person going around the world on a mini bike. The monkey bike, the 125, 9 horsepower, average speed of 50, 60 kilometers an hour. I have done 3 years without coming back home, exactly 1,000 days on the road. I crossed all continents, and it was 54 countries and 80,000 kilometers in total. So I'm a crazy guy. And Bruce,
Yeah.
I was in his house in Australia, and I met both of them.
Yeah. We had a barbecue together one night. It was fantastic to see you.
Thank you very much. Very nice host. I love to be there, and I want to come back. But first, Bruce is coming to Portugal in
I
in a
am.
little
I'll
bit,
come
so
to Portugal. We
I'm
might
waiting
even
for you.
organise. Hey, actually, we might organise a little podcast in Portugal while I'm there, mate.
It's up to you. I'm
Because
always open to you. I'm very grateful. So every time that you
ex-
want to be with me, my house it's open to you.
Thank you, buddy. Because Andre, yeah, as you said, 2022 was riding around the world. Came and a friend of the show's actually, John Hubbard.
Oh, yes.
He reached out and said, "Hey, listen, this crazy guy from Portugal is coming to Australia. Would you mind hosting him?" I said, "No, that'd be fantastic." And we had such a great time, mate. Especially like you're more my kids' age, and my kids really enjoyed your company, as did Carol and I, my wife. But mate, I know from just before we started this episode, you said that you've got some future plans that are all under wraps, secret at the moment. But maybe when I come to Portugal, you might have sort of released it by then, and we can talk about that then.
Yeah, I think you are coming on a good timing for me to tell you all the secret plan. And I will tell you all the new adventure that will be another crazy one. Because after this one that we were talking about from 2020 to 2023 was the world record with the Honda Monkey, and from 2024, the beginning, January 2024 till the middle of 2025, I have done from Ushuaia till Alaska pole to pole trip that with an Africa Twin, the 1100, and it was 64,000 kilometers. And I have done this one was more off road. I have done more than 20,000 kilometers of those off
Wow.
road and reaching more than 5,000 meters high. And so the challenge was more the off-road, the adventure on a 350 kilo bike. For a meter, I'm 1 meter and 70, so I'm very short.
How much do you
And
weigh?
I'm like 70 kilo guys, so on a 350 big trail.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's enormous, mate. I mean, I know, but I know that you're a really handy rider. You did some racing back in Portugal, right? When you were younger.
I was professional racer of sports bikes. Like I reached till super bikes. I started on 85cc, 125, 600 till 1000 the super bikes. So I
Yeah,
broke 20 bones in total in my body. Now I
yeah.
cannot move my hand. I'm totally destroyed with 30 years old. I
Yeah.
look old, but I'm very young still.
So, Andre, how did you make the transition from a racer to an adventure rider?
So I took my master. I was studying in the university till the master, the MBA, Master in Business Management. And in the end, I was like, I was racing between the university. Even my university was one of the sponsors of the racing, of the championship of my team. And after finishing my master, I was like, I want to see the world, to visit as much countries I can before start on the business area that you are more blocked to travel so much, to have so many free days. After you will have a girlfriend or a wife, kids, and your life starts to be more calm down. You are crazy, but you cannot go around the world in 3 years.
Have you got a
So
wife yet, mate? You got a wife?
no, only around 50 girlfriends around the world, not more than that.
One for each country.
It's a lie. It's a lie. All the men will lie about that, so I'm not the only one.
Oh wow. So you finished your MBA and then but was there a moment, mate, where you went, well, there must have been a moment where you thought, I'm gonna ride around the world on a monkey bike. Like how did that happen?
Because I wanted to see the world, to visit, to do around the world was my dream. And I was like, I don't want to do like normal. I want a challenge. I want to be the first one doing something. For me I was always a guy that's I love a challenge. So for me, I didn't want only to travel. I want something different. And I wanted to show to the people because I didn't have any money. So not any, but I was very short on money. So I was trying to find sponsors and I wanted to prove to the people and to the big trail guys, like I'm driving right now, that it's possible to do in every bike. There are not an impossible bike. So I choose the smallest one with $20 a day was my budget all over the world. I never passed $20 a day. So
Wow.
that was the main challenge, to prove that it's possible if you have the courage and you do, how do you say, do or give, put the first step and you
Yes.
can go. You can go. It's
Yes.
only to to have the courage to start, and everybody can do something like this.
So from when you first decided to ride the monkey bike until the day that you left, how long was the planning period?
It was around 1 year that I was
Yeah.
planning everything, and it was my first big trip I have done. The first one, it was when I was on my master. I went to do an exchange program to Brazil, and I have done all South America on a 125. Normally, I don't speak much about that trip because the around the world was much bigger. But I have done all the countries of South America, 24,000 kilometers in 4 months, 120 days, when I was doing the exchange. And was that trip that started like, when I finish, I want to visit all worlds. So it's very funny because normally I don't mix all the trips. So
Yeah.
I go directly to the round world on the monkey, but that one made the start on the touring on a bike, another 125, but much faster. Big wheels, the normal ones, normal wheel. When you go to a mini bike, the small wheel needs the double power to have the same speed.
Well, on the mini bike, and I'm probably jumping all over the place here, but I remember talking to you here in Australia about, sitting on a highway at 60 kilometers an hour. There must have been some pretty hairy moments, mate, where, just a difference in speed.
There are another country to travel with the monkey. It's called Australia with road trains, man. It was crazy when the road trains were passing. The smell like it was like taking to the inside of the wheels of the road train,
Yeah.
and it's so many straight lines in the interior of Australia that
Yeah.
You go,
Yeah.
you just search for kangaroos because you are so slow. You
Yeah.
just, let me see animals.
Because it can be pretty. Well, I know that the first kangaroo you saw was with me, right? We were
Exactly.
we were up. We went for a ride up to a drive up to Bribie Island, and but I know we know here in Australia that kangaroos can be a real problem. But so did you, when you left me, did you keep your riding just to daylight hours to avoid, kangaroos?
Always when it was possible, because there were some places going, because I have done all the East Coast, the Gold Coast till Port Douglas. And from Port Douglas, I went till Darwin. And that part was the hardest one because of the road trends, because all the East Coast was awesome. You have cities pretty close from each other, very nice people. Australia for me was a big surprise because the biker community was insane. I have the house in every city. The people were like, hey, barbecue and beer. Very nice. Sorry. I love even to John, because as you said, we met because of John. John became like my adoptive father, was like family. I met him on the trip and became one of the most important persons in my life. And he passed me to Bruce. Bruce passed me to a friend, to a friend, to a
Yeah,
friend. And
yeah,
I was all Australia with friends of a friends. It was, and that doesn't happen in Europe. It's much colder people than Australians, Americans. I saw very open people, very friendly, very trying to give everything that they have. I see the Europeans more cold, more like, oh, me first after the others. No, in my house, no, no. I pay you an hotel, but you don't come to my house.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
And do you think that by riding the monkey bike that made it easier for people to sort of talk to you, and it introduced you to more people, so it was an asset?
100%, 100%, even stopping to eat. When in Australia, I was stopping in your RV parks that you only have the restaurant, bar, the RV park, camping. I was camping there, and all the people they were coming. Oh, it's possible. Where are you from? The Poland, no Portugal. And they normally the majority even invite me. Oh, come. No, I want to offer you the dinner. Tell me your story. So the monkeys always the people get curious to know more how it's possible to arrive till Australia, till uh, everywhere, till US, outside of Europe. The people look
Yeah.
like wow. So helps a
See,
lot. You suffer a lot, but there
yeah,
are some things that the small bike will give to you as a return from your
for sure.
suffering, your pain.
Yeah, for sure. I remember you telling me, and I probably won't get this right, but the flip side to that is because you stand out on the monkey bike, like it's an obvious, like, who is this? I remember when Roscoe and I just did Mexico. After Roscoe left me, I got stopped. There was a roadblock, a cartel roadblock, and I'm on the WR 250, and they weren't interested in me. They just sort of sent me off. Was different for you though. Do you remember that? Tell me the story about the cartel and what happened in Mexico.
I have a lot of stories. I was in jail in Mexico, so yeah, it's that one I cannot tell all of it because it's like 30 minutes of a story. But
Yeah,
basically, I was always camping, house of people. And one of my followers from Portugal, he was like, "Oh, you inspire me a lot, crazy guy with a small motorcycle. I want to offer you 2 nights on five-star hotel for your birthday, because I never helped you in nothing." And I was like, "Jesus, finally, finally!" And I went Sinaloa. I was in Sinaloa. I entered Mexico from US. Baja California. I took the ferry to Sinaloa. Sinaloa. It's the day of my birthday. I went to the five-star hotel. I was the only foreigner because I started on COVID times. No one was traveling close to all over the world. I was alone riding my bike. There were not so many bike travelers or tourists. So the beginning was pretty lonely from other travelers, but the people were hosting me. And I go to the hotel. I go to the pool. I left my backpack on the pool chair, and it was like bracelet, very fancy hotel. I was the only foreigner. I went to my first jacuzzi of the trip with a bar. And I went a Corona. The guy gave me a Corona. This like Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo. They was speaking with the bartender. It was like 1 minute. I look back, all my stuff was gone.
Wow.
Cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So after it was a big problem. I thought they saw my backpack and they put it on the reception waiting for me. Like it's no one there, so let's keep it.
Yeah.
But no, I went. Oh, where is my bag? I went to see the cameras. It was a big crazy problem. I needed to I needed to fight for my stuff. And I called the police. The police didn't care. They were joking me like, oh, go to the other side of the city or in Sinaloa. Basically, I cannot tell everything. It's in my book. It was the best thing of my book.
Yeah.
That I needed to pay some money to the police, and I went to jail like just because I was paying and the officials they couldn't know. It was a big problem around it. Nothing of my fault. And I slept on a jail with crazy guys from cartels. One guy that killed a 15-year-old kid, one like trafficking guns, two of domestic violence, one that's with a small motorcycle crashed on an old woman that she died after. And yeah, you don't sleep. I have a picture there because in the end they give you the phone to for you to call for someone pay the bill. So I took
Yeah.
a selfie with the guy on my side. And it was
It's
crazy. Well, no, this I don't know if I can say this on a podcast, but
well, you
the
can
guy
because if it's no good, we'll edit it out anyway. So you can say whatever you like.
the guy that killed the 15-year-old guy, he knew that he was going to be in jail for 20 years. So he put a lot of drugs in his ass. And he arrived. He entered with two guys that entered on the fight when the police went to pick him up. The other two friends tried to help him and they went to jail too. And the guy takes from his ass a lot of drugs. And they start to take like pills. Tuk, 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 tuk. And they were very friendly, very nice because they offered me, "Do you want?" And I was, no, no, no. I drank a Corona before. No, thank you very much. And I thought it was like heavy drugs or something. But no, I think in my mind now that it was like Xanax because they were
Yeah.
taking
Oh, yeah.
3, 4 pills. They were sleeping a lot. They couldn't speak. They were like, very nice experience. If you want, I'm going to start doing tours to a Sinaloa jail.
Wow. You know, Andre, uh, the podcast doesn't run long enough for you to tell your stories in full. I had the pleasure of spending days with you, and your mate, the stories are unbelievable. The book that you've written, hold it up again for me. The book
Yeah,
that you
it's
wrote.
only in Portuguese, so
It's
doesn't
only in
exist in the rest
Portuguese.
of the world.
How are we supposed to read that?
It's in Portuguese. Volta ao mundo de mini moto. It's around the world on a mini bike.
I
Like
know.
Spanish, Vuelta al mundo.
Yeah. And
Uh,
so for English reader or people that can't read Portuguese, probably can't read your book, but we should get on your Instagram page, Ride That Monkey, yeah? That's a
yeah,
place where
yeah.
people could come and follow your adventures.
It's everything. Right, that monkey, always same name. Changing the bike, but the main, it's always the monkey will be the highlight of my life, I think.
Yeah. Excellent.
And so when you were on the monkey bike, were you predominantly on the road? Was that, or did you do off road as well?
You must do off-road. Even if you don't want, I was always trying to escape off-road and big hills because even in Guatemala, when you have big hills in Andes, the majority in Latin America, uh, gets very hilly. Even if it's asphalt, you cannot pass because the bike doesn't have power to climb it. So you go, and you start to put your feet down, like trying to help, like, and it stops. You need to
Uh,
ask someone to help you to. Sometimes
yeah,
was on pickups. I was putting up off a pickup to just to do 1 kilometer to go till top. Other times I was very close. The people were helping, pushing. So the off-road,
Fantastic.
if you go to a lot of undeveloped countries, you will have a lot of roads that you cannot escape that will be dirt roads.
yeah.
So yes or yes, you must pass there.
What was your I ask everyone this, Roscoe always ribs me about it, but what was your favorite or what country surprised you the most and what was maybe the favorite part of your journey on the monkey bike?
I loved Mexico. For me, it was like boom. I didn't expect that it was going to be so nice. And I love Latin America. For example, another surprise, US, because in Europe we always have a different idea of the Americans, like the Europeans, more cold, more. And it was another big surprise. Even now, I love to cross America because the biker community, it's insane. You have Banca biker everywhere. The
Yeah.
people roast you. So, like, for different Mexico, because it was there, the culture, the music, the food. I have a
Mm,
lot of experiences, as you were speaking about, not only the jail, but with the uh, that type of people of Netflix series that I didn't expect.
yes.
So became really like a movie in my in my brain. I was like in my mind, I was, what is happening here? How could I enter this world?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
So I loved it. And Colombia, Brazil, I love Brazil, Colombia, Mexico. I feel the people very happy all the time. The
Mm,
people, even the ones that it's when I think that I love a lot, it's see people that they don't have much, but they will give everything that they have. They will give from the heart what they have. They
yes.
will try to help you to. And these people, so I have my heart a lot in Latin America till now. I always love to come back. It's a place that I would love to live, but
No. It's your travels, mate, and the places that you've been. I'm super envious. There's a lot. Roscoe and I felt similarly about Mexico. It was just such a
Yeah,
beautiful
lovely.
place.
Beautiful people, the culture, the food, the scenery, beautiful mountains, beautiful beaches. So it's good. Um, Tell us, I keep coming back to the bike because it fascinates me being on such a small bike. What changes did you have to make to the bike before you sort of started it, and even when you were going along, like what changes did you make to the bike?
so basically engine everything engine power is totally stock. I just added 2 gallons in 1 gallon in each side. We have done like welding on the side, like homemade 2 gallons because the bike only have 5 liters. And in a lot of places, I needed a big ranch. So it was helping a lot. And in the back, a rear rack that I was putting my tent, everything, the parts that it's another curious thing that it's when you have a mini bike like a monkey doesn't exist all over the world, only exists in Europe, United States, Australia, and around Thailand, Southeast Asia, not all of the countries of Southeast Asia, because it's made in Thailand. So Malaysia, Thailand, they have it. If you go to Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, they don't have it. It's more
Yeah,
these two countries. All the rest of the world, they don't have it, doesn't exist. And wheels, even tires, not wheels, tires for the bike. The parts I was shipping, the tires I was trying to find. Normally, scooter tires. Sometimes I was finding, if not shipping to. I was shipping to the next country. I know that I will be around in 1 month in next country. I was calling Honda Portugal, and they were shipping everything to my next country, like DHL, for me to get it, continue. When I was in need, I was having always a big storage with repair parts. So I didn't have much clothes, but repair parts I had, spare parts, as you say.
As you're
So
talking, we're throwing up images of your bike and your setup so everyone can see it. But for those that are listening on a podcast, you carried a tent and all your possessions on this little monkey bike. How often did you use the tent?
oh, a lot of times I was only using tent or hosts mainly, or hostels. Hotels was pretty rare. Only cheap hotels in cheap countries that doesn't exist hostels. The rest was shared rooms or hosts or tents. So it was more than 300 houses that I have been in this trip. In 1,000 days, more than 300 days, I was in the house of someone that helped
Yeah,
me, and it's one of the main things of my trip that I say, that it's always never no one can do around the world alone. I never say me. I do. I always in Portuguese say we, as we, like all the people that supported me, that hosted me, that helped me on the road, because Andrea Sousa alone was not possible to continue in Asia, in Australia, in anywhere alone. It's pretty hard. So it's the beautiful thing of the biker community, that it's for me the strongest community in the world. Nothing else I saw a so strong bond between the bikers in anything else. It's beautiful.
and it's such a leveler, right? It's such a leveler. It doesn't matter what your profession is, what your background is. When you're on two wheels, when you're riding, everyone's the same. It's
Totally. And if
beautiful.
you are
Yeah,
on the side of the road, wherever you are, always will stop a biker, will give you everything that you need, will support you. It's beautiful. And it's the most beautiful part of traveling for me. It's, I always say that I travel for people, not for old buildings. So I
yes,
always go visit the countries as general culture, but what moves me, it's the people. So like meet you guys, it was for me, wow, I have a friend in each part of the world that I remember. I have a story, not a picture with a building. For me, it's nothing. I'm
yeah.
not a big fan. I use the social media, but I'm not a big fan of pictures, or I'm really fan of experiences, and it's what's make me continue doing this.
Amazing.
So it's more about the people than it is about the places.
Totally, totally.
Um, Tell us about about your navigation. How you went about your navigation? Were you sort of paper maps, or did you on your GPS?
It's very easy nowadays. I was downloading because you don't have internet everywhere. Not every country. I was even buying a SIM card, so I was always downloading the app Maps Me on the phone. And I was
Yeah,
always using the iPhone, nothing else. iPhone Maps Me gives you off-road roads, everything, so you can see everything there. If it was on on an area like a city that's or more developed, I was using Google Maps.
yep,
If it's
yep.
only on road with internet, it's pretty easy. You have everything. Off road maps me. And I was always seeing, for example, this is a good tip for the people that want to camp. I was using a lot an app that it's called iOverlander, that
Yes,
you
yeah.
can go there and see places that it's someone camped there, will write there what they
I mean,
think about the place,
and
and
it's
I
really
was
good.
using a lot.
Did you use iOverlander for border crossings too to check out what, like I did,
For
I
border
used I.
crossings, the same, to see the last experience, what documents do I need, because sometimes on the forums it's not up to date. You see You go to Horizons and it's the information, it's a little bit old, 1 year, 2 years. Sometimes it's enough for the things change a lot. So I overland that it's always up to date. Someone passes and writes there, how is it right now?
Yeah, yeah. This might be, there's so much we want to talk to you about, mate. But we're aware that we probably want to cut it into two parts. So this might be a good place to pause. And we're going to do a part 2 with Andre because he's such a fascinating character. Again, if you're enjoying the episode, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you're listening on a podcast. Any episodes. Follow us on your socials and follow Andre on Ride That Monkey at Instagram.
That's about it. We can't wait to hear the bachelor story. Probably when we come back, we'll talk to you about sort of the personal growth that happened through your through the trip, and you know, what was going on between your ears when you were sort of traveling through these 54 countries.
Normally, I always go hearing some music. It's a thing.
Yeah,
You have the same taste as me in music, so
yeah, we do too.
we
All
shared a
right,
lot
folks,
the taste of the music.
we
Like
did.
camp, heavy weather, a traveling style that I love, like camping, traveling. Even when I camp, I always have my. I don't have many space on the monkey bike, so I have 5 t-shirts, 1 pair of jeans, and 1 pair of Vans. But I always carry the sound system, the small JBL, for me to put in my tent because I love to be in the tent hearing that music.
Yeah, yeah.
That type
All
of
right, we're
music.
going to leave it here. We're going to leave it there for this episode. And thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you on our next episode with Andre.
Sorry